Hello everybody, this is Kelly Art Studios. Today it will not be my Sona you'll be seeing, but my avatar. Now today we're gonna be talking about the lore of the video game, more specifically the first three games, since that's all I have time for in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Now let's start with Five Nights at Freddy's 2, because it's the prequel for the first game. So here is our main antagonist, William Afton. Please remember him for later. He was first introduced in the minigames of FNAF 2, usually being shown killing kids. In fact, he killed 6 kids: Charlie, his partner's daughter, Fritz, Jeremy, Susie, Gabriel, and Cassidy, who possessed their respective animatronics: Puppet, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, and Golden Freddy. Remember them for later as well. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were used as spare parts for the animatronics at this restaurant. There's Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Balloon Boy, and Mangle, whose gender is yes. And if you want to know how Mangle got so mangled, here's what happened. And at some point, a security guard provoked Foxy. He was probably going like, "Ha ha, I'm not touching you." So like any normal person in this situation, Foxy turned him into a vegetable and got covered in ketchup. And that was known as the Bite of 87. Remember that kids were getting killed? Well, the toy animatronics started acting all aggressive, especially towards the adults. So the restaurant was shut down and the toys were scrapped. And that's the end of that, right? Another restaurant reopened at an unknown time, and the animatronics used as spare parts were cleaned up, fixed up, and put up on the stage. All except Foxy, who was put out of order because he's sensitive to flashing lights. Hope you remember Fritz, Jeremy, Susie, Gabriel, and Cassidy because they're still important. Their bodies were never found because William Wonka Afton hid their bodies inside the animatronics. So obviously they're not happy about it. They are now out for blood, especially Cassidy. But here's the problem. Michael Schmidt Afton looks almost exactly like his father, so they try going after him. Luckily, he gets fired for minor inconveniences. Hopefully that's the end of it, right? And last but not least, FNAF 3. Let me briefly tell you about a cool thing called Springlock suits. It's important, don't worry. So there are 2 non-Springlock suits in the franchise, at least ones with names. Fredbear, who becomes Golden Freddy, and Spring Bonnie. They are animatronics that can be turned into wearable costumes by simply cranking back the Springlocks that hold the endoskeleton in place and taking out the endo. Cool, right? But there's a slight issue. They are very dangerous. The Springlocks can be set off by moisture, the wearer simply breathing wrong, or if the suit itself is old and has been hanging around for a while. And if the Springlocks have been off while someone is wearing the suit, things will end very badly for them. Got all that? Good, because I promise it's important. William Afton comes back to the FNAF 1 pizzeria well after it shut down to get the endoskeletons from the animatronics. And to do that, he had to disassemble them. So for 5 nights in a row, he broke into the building to collect the endos. But on the 5th night, things were different. Since the kids no longer had bodies to possess, they were mere spirits. But they were still out for blood. And they knew that he was coming back that night. So when Willie came back, they were waiting for him. He thought he could trick them like he did so long ago by putting on the Spring Bunny suit he's always used. But that was what they wanted. The Springlock suit was sitting in the room for about 2 decades, and the room was leaking. He thought he was safe after putting on the suit. He thought he could get away. But then the Springlock started going off. If you don't want to hear the sound of a guy slowly getting impaled to death, too bad. I'm gonna play it anyway. Ah, sweet sound of karma. Anyways, He possesses the suit to becoming Springtrap, and 30 years later, after being trapped in the room, starts stalking the guard working at the now haunted attraction until faulty wiring burns the place down. And all the kids finally rest in peace. All except Cassidy. So, yeah, that was a lot to unpack there, and we barely scratched the surface of the franchise. But due to the time limit, I don't have time to cover all the games, all the books, nor the movie. But I do have one comment. In The Silver Eyes, William goes by Dave Miller, which I think is better than what he went by in the movie, which was Steve Raglan. Anyways, that's all the time for today. If y'all want me to cover the entire lore, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment whether you want me to make it a series or a somewhat movie. See you later!